So here's a short video on how to take a Webwork exam as opposed to the quizzes that you've been working on. So you scroll down to the exam you want to take, say exam 1. Here, be sure you read all that, and then you click on take the exam. When you click on take the exam, then you need to log in. And you're taken to the exam. Notice that up here in the right hand corner is a timer. That timer generally remains fairly accurate as long as you don't use the back button or open another window or something like that. However, you should keep track on your own clock your time, just in case the remaining time gets messed up. So I'm just going to answer a few of these questions here. So this says evaluate the distributive property. Since this is an exam, I'm just going to say okay. I can do that by hand, but if I have time to do it by hand after this is over, maybe I'll come back and try that. And that is an error, so we back up 2 and replace that with a 9. Hit enter. 119. I'm going to enter 119 here. Okay, which digit is in the thousands column? There's the hundreds, thousands. There's the thousands that looks like a 6. Okay. True or false? 40 is greater than 73. Let's say I think that's false and I put an F there for false. You may want to get used to using this preview problems button over here every few problems, because when you click that, it goes back and it looks through your problems. It doesn't grade them, but it makes sure that what you entered made sense. Here, see this yellow F? That means there's something here in this problem, the way I answered it, that isn't consistent with the way Webwork wants it answered. And you've probably already learned this, but it needs to be written out, false. I believe you'll find that it doesn't care whether it's uppercase or lowercase, but sometimes it does, so it's best just to stick with what you see. Okay, now if I were to preview problems again, it doesn't tell me it's right, but it does tell me that there's no error in what I entered. And you could run on down through here. There's all sorts of problems for you to consider. When you get to the end, after you've answered all of the problems that are on the exam, you want to click Preview Test. And what that does is it actually previews all the problems. It also records your answers to the file, the log file. Unlike where every answer is recorded as soon as you enter it on a test, they're not entered until you either click Preview Problems or Preview Test. So make sure you click Preview Problems occasionally to record your answers, and at the very end, click on Preview Test. That'll record all your answers, and then click Grade Test. If something goes wrong with the grading, you'll still have them saved because you've clicked Preview, and I can go find them if I need to. Okay, and the whole time you're keeping a look on the remaining time up here. When the remaining time runs out, you're going to get a warning. When you get that warning, the very first thing you should do is quickly run down and click Preview Test, and then click Grade Test. And as soon as you click Grade Test, you should, if you do not see the results, I did not do too well. I got 12 out of 100. I got the first one right, the second one right, the third one right, and I missed all the others because I did not work them. Okay, so if you click Check Test now, you can't work on the test anymore, but you can check the test. You can write new answers in here. For instance, this one I didn't answer. I could have I could work that out, enter the answer there, and if I check test again, if I got that one right, it'll turn green, although it will only have been, it will tell you that it's correct, even though it won't record it again. You get one shot at this, and that is when you submit the test to be graded.